What's up, everybody? Divine here. I wanted to speak. I wanted to speak about the Inazuma quest. And the last Archon quest of Inazuma, and the recent one we got in 2.1, and speak about my thoughts on it, and just talk about it. Give my thoughts, how I feel on it. I seen that a lot of people, gave their opinions on it, were feeling some kind of way. Many didn't like it. Some, well, I don't know who. I didn't see anyone who really liked it. I personally, for me, I played through the whole thing. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I still feel this way after watching their videos. And seeing how some other people feel. I still personally still like it. I like how they did it. I enjoyed the way it felt. That's just me. You feel the way you want to feel. Do not let my opinion or anyone else's opinion, tell you how you should feel and how, you should enjoy a story in your game of Genshin. Because at the end of the day, this is your game. This is like you play on your account. This is my account. That cannot change. You know what I mean? And simply enough, respect people's opinions. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Let people disagree if they want to disagree. People can have their own opinions, and I'm not saying I'm right nor wrong. I'm just stating my opinions on the story. Simple as that. So, if you don't know, spoilers. I'm going to be spoiling the whole story, just saying that. And, that's it. But, if you don't know, the quest... I don't know what the hell's going on. But the quest starts off by meeting Tepe. If you don't know who Tepe is, Tepe was an NPC, and if you played this story, you know who Tepe is, right? He was an NPC, and he played a huge part in the overarching story through, the second quest when we meet up with the Resistance till, his unfortunate end. But we meet up with Tepe, and as we're meeting up with Tepe, he tells us that we have to go to Sangnomiya, and we have to meet up with Sangnomiya on Watasumi Island. And this is when we go to Watasumi Island. You can go there before. You don't have to do the story quest to go there. You can go there before. But, the story quest takes you straight there. And so, they gave you a little boat, and you could just boat over here. But if you've already been here, you can just teleport right back. And we talk to Sangnomiya, and she upgrades us and gives us straight up a special command. And now we're a captain. And so we become captain of Swordfish 2. And I personally love this section. I love the screen time with Tepe, him getting promoted to his own, captain with us eventually. And, I liked being captain and how they made us go do missions. And we were doing missions for, Sangnomiya. And as we were doing our missions, we had to clear out some Ronin, be a captain and, show our squad that we can be a reliable captain and part of the Resistance. Then we had to go investigate, and then eventually, as we investigating, right, Tepe tells us that he's a captain with us. And we're like, oh, that's great. And we don't know how Tepe became a captain, but all we know is that Tepe's been doing really good. And so we are on another job. Tepe shows up, and when we see Tepe, he has gray hair, and he looks like he's aging, and he looks like he's getting older and sick. And so with that, we go back to Sangnomiya, and Goro tells us people are aging at an accelerated rate, and he shows us that these people have delusions. And that's when the Fatui comes in, and basically the Fatui have been giving out delusions. They are the secret supplier of the Resistance. They've been giving out delusions and killing people and making them sick and older than they should be. And we don't know if there's actually a change, but we go see Tepe, and when we see Tepe, he's all super old and he can't even get up, and we tell him, and he's like tearing up and he's crying, and it's very emotional. And I honestly really love the attention they gave to Tepe and how much love, they give even their NPCs. Like, Tepe's voice actor, he did a fantastic job. Like, I honestly never see people give the English dub any credit, and it's very sad because the English dub is really good. We have very talented artists, and voice actors like, Zach Aguilar, freaking Lumine, Sarah, she's amazing. Karina, she's amazing. Like the voice of Paimon, Karina, she's amazing. Laura's amazing. All of them. Kelly, like, there's so many voice actors in this game, and a lot of the voice actors, yes, some of them can be cringy. Like, if you don't like Chung Yun's voice or Razor's voice, I understand. Like, or if you don't like Shinyan's voice, I get it, right? That's just your preference. But at the end of the day, don't bash people who like English dub, and don't bash the English dub voice actors. That's just a little PSA that I've always had on my mind. But, we find out that it's the Fatui, and Tepe's sitting there, and Tepe is like, when we get our uniforms, bring them here, we can change. And it's really sad because we know Tepe isn't gonna change. He's not gonna be able to change it with us. He's not gonna be able to change it in our outfits. And he's like, after I take this little nap, and it's clearly heavily implied Tepe is dead. And this hit me so hard because it's sad. It really is that the Fatui are that cruel. It really shows you how cruel the Fatui is. People like to say, oh, Child's not bad, and Child's, he actually is doing this for his family. And I understand that. But you have to look at the whole of the Fatui. What they do to people is cruel. They have no regard for human life at times, and no love for human love at times. And it's very much sadistic in nature. And it's very much shown here how sadistic people like Scaramouche and Signora are, and just the Fatui. And so Aether, Lumine, whoever you play as, the Traveler basically, gets mad, and we storm. We go back to Sangnomiya, and she's like, we go back to Sangnomiya, and she's like, I cannot stop you. And then she tells us where to go, and then we go storm the base, and we storm in the base, and we eventually get to it, and we find Scaramouche, and we're immediately, like Scaramouche, and Traveler trying to fight. We're trying to fight, right? Because of Tepe and all the things, and Scaramouche is just talking trash. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the voice actor for Scaramouche is, but he did a fantastic job. Fantastic. And so you constantly see the room filling with this, purple smoke, and we don't know what it is, but eventually we come to figure out this is the power of the old Archons, of, dead gods. And if you don't know, the power of the old Archons and the hatred of the old Archons is so strong. We know through the story, through many outlets, Zhongli, and, some of the books in the game, that when the Archons die, when all deities, even if, you kill them, you slay them, you destroy their whole body, that Archon's consciousness and hatred and anger and resentment will not disappear. Or the same could be said for their love, or their, other feelings they might be feeling. Those feelings are so powerful that they can, manifest into other people and pour into other people if you are exhibiting those said emotions. And we know this through Zhao, through other characters, how much that takes a toll on people's bodies. And so you see the Traveler, start to break down, and Scaramouche is like, embrace it. Yeah, embrace the hatred. And it's so freaking scary and awesome. But, Yaimiko shows up, she saves us, and takes us back to Narukami Shrine. And She takes us there and she starts telling us her plan. And after that, we go into this massive, thing and training arc with, Yai Miko. And she tells us that, Raiden's real name is A, not Ball, it's A. And she is, inside of the world. That, the plane of Euthymia is her world, her inner world, and she's locked herself in there. And instead of, coming out, she just stays in there, and the puppet, yes, the other Raiden Shogun, the one we, see at the statue when she's taking the thing from taking Toma's not gnosis vision, that is the puppet. And the puppet has a sole duty of eternity. And so with that, the puppet just does whatever the puppet thinks is the best for eternity. And so that's why there's a Vision Hunt decree. The Vision Hunt decree wasn't even made by, A. It was made by the Fatui, and the Tenryo and Kanjo Commission literally, betrayed all of Inazuma. And so with that, it was basically just insane. Like, we sit there and we have to now go into her world, and we have to find a way to bring A out so that she can repeal all of this and, fix Inazuma. So we keep going through the story, right? We're training with, what's the name? And we need someone to get, into the Tenryo Commission. And that's when our good old buddy, Kujo Sara, comes in. We show her how evil the Fatui has been, how the Tenryo Commission has now gone rogue, and how the head of the Tenryo Commission is now evil and is not doing the correct thing. And so after that, after learning all that, Sara goes to tell Ball, and she, storms into the Tenryo building, takes over, and then goes to tell Ball. And as she's going to tell Ball, we're informed that Senora is now on the prowl and is meeting with A. I think I may have said Ball a couple times, but A. And, or I guess Raiden Shogun, because that's the puppet. But we see that she's meeting with her, and I personally loved all this. This was really exciting, thrilling, and once the Fatui got involved, it kind of started making a lot more sense of what's going on, that it wasn't even Ball's doing, but really it's just the Fatui. Because we're constantly seeing through all of the story arcs, the Fatui have their hands in every, plot. They're the reasoning for a lot of the things that's happening. Osio, child. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Dvalin was more of the abyss. That was kind of, diving into the abyss. But, there was some Fatui still in Mondstadt, and they did play a little part in a little bit of Mondstadt, especially with the Unreconciled Stars event. But, getting back on track, we go to confront Senora and Ball at Tenshaku. I may have butchered that name. I am very sorry. But we go to confront them, right? And as we're confronting Senora, we basically are, we're like, you did this to Venti, and like the MC remembers all of it. Like, for Venti's Gnosis, for Tepe, and Senora, she's very cynical. She's, talking trash, talking, a lot of dirt. And, just bragging and saying, like, we're on 2 different levels. Oh, I'm that better than you. And we finally get a moment that the Traveler gets to speak. And the Traveler challenged Senora to a duel. Personally, this fight was different breed. This fight was different breed. I will not lie. Like, I'm gonna do it right now. But, like, this was amazing. Not only through, the fight and sequencing, but the scenes in it. We fight Senora, and as we're fighting Senora, she starts off in her cryo, and she's using cryo, she's all normal. But then we beat her up, and she goes into a second phase. And it's kind of confirmed at this point, Senora is the Crimson Witch of Flames. She is the Crimson Witch. She's evil as hell. Evil. And she goes berserker mode and just like boom, and she's like, I will burn everything, and like she's trying to burn everything. You see the moths and it's just gorgeous. And as all this going on, Ball's just watching. She's just watching. She doesn't care. Gonna watch. Just gonna watch us as we fight her, and then eventually we beat Senora. The MC is strong. Like, I'm telling y'all, the MC in lore is so fucking strong. We have beat 2 Harbingers. Mind you, like, we went from 11th to, like, 8th, I think. I think Senora's the 8th, if I am correct. But look, this is Senora.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Yeah, I can't fight her. But, yeah, we meet Senora and we beat her. And as we beat her, Ball has something to do. I don't know what she's about to do, but Ball has a plan. And so Ball is walking up, and Senora's like, I'm a Snaznayan diplomat, and she, you know, is trying and feeling and just talking trash, and Ball just keeps walking forward. And I'm just like, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. And as it keeps going, Ball is disgusting. Well, A, I guess, or Raiden Shogun. That's her real name, A, Raiden Shogun. That's her title, right? But basically, she just slices straight through Senora. Senora tries to attack her, and she's just like, boom. And I'm just like, oh my god. Like, she sliced through Senora and created a huge just burst of lightning in one fell swoop and just destroyed her. It was insane. And so if you don't know, Senora's dead. Senora's dead. It is confirmed. Senora is gone. She got eviscerated, like murdered. She was in this one, but she got murdered, eviscerated. Like, she really got destroyed. Also, y'all like my Aloy? But it was insane. It was really, really insane. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you leave Tenshakaku because of your honor and because you proved to me how strong you was. I'm just like, oh my god. And so you see the traveler, as they're walking out, exhibits like symptoms of just like anxiety, or like I would call it like I don't know what to call it, like anxiety, or like nice, like a form of anxiety and just like anxiousness. And it was really interesting because you have to like tap the button to like shake off, like, you know, this like bad feeling in you. And then you get to the like end of Tenshakaku and you're about to walk down the stairs and you see Goro and Kazuha run upstairs, and Ball jumps through a portal because she's that strong. She jumps through a portal and just is ready to kill us. And you see Kazuha light up the vision on his back, his friend's vision, and he relights it and just bolts forward and just takes the hit for us. And as he takes the hit for us, you know, all the visions start to light up on the thing, and we eventually are able to, like, we eventually see this, and we're like, fuck it. And we just all charge at her, and everyone's charging at her, and we charge up a huge lightning sword and ready to slam down on her, and then boom, we're in the world. And once we're in the world, we talk to Yaimiko, and I know this is a lot, but like, I want to explain all of it to get, you know, to give some context to where I really liked it and where like I really was feeling it. And we fight Ball, we talk to Ball, and she's like, it's just to talk to me, to shake my will. I won't change. And then like, she's basically like just talking to us, and she's like, yeah, I already knew about the Vision Hunter Decree, all of that. It didn't really threaten me. Like, she's like basically like, I wasn't scared of it. She really didn't care. She wasn't scared of it. And so, you know, we fight her, and then As we're fighting, we stand our ground, and instead of going down this time, we stand our ground and we pull out, this little thing Yaimiko gave us before we, left off. She gave us this little thing, and we pull out the little I think onamori, I think that's what it's called, the little onamori, and Yaimiko appears before us, and she's like, Yaimiko, and then she's like, you don't think you can shake A's will with your ambition alone, do you? And we're like, and we just start using everyone's power, and we light up the world, and we're able to use our visions again, and I think it was just super powerful. Like, yes, you might think like, oh, so power of friendship. Ew. Anime. Eh, Some anime fans, who play Genshin, y'all know what I'm talking about if you watch anime or are indulged in the community. Some people just feel as if like when you use power of friendship, it's crummy, but I think it's actually a very interesting way to show like how much ambition the people of Inazuma had. Those soldiers charging at Ball, Kazuha, trying to take her head on, and us being able to relay all the visions on the statue, you know, that's not just the traveler or Yaimiko. That's not just the traveler or Yaimiko. No, they may have talked to Ball, but it was through the people that the eyes reached them. It was through the people that her world got lit up again. And so with that, I think it was so amazing, and the moral of the story was such a beautiful moral. It was so good to me. And I know some people say that it was like rushing, like they were rushing in and it felt rushed and all blah blah blah. But to me, other than a few things, I didn't have many issues with it. Like, the only thing I had an issue with was how they kind of squandered, the resistance. Like, we was with the resistance, right? But when we were there, we barely spent time with Sangomiya, or Goro, or Kazuha, or Beto. None of these characters got any attention. And don't get me wrong, these characters have gotten attention in their own quest already. Other than Sangomiya, these characters have gotten attention. She might get her own quest, so she might get more screen time, and Goro might get more screen time in future events. But in terms of, those characters, many of them didn't get screen time. It was more Tepe and, through that. And then we eventually ran into Fatui. And so it's like, with that, I kind of didn't, like how the Resistance, got done in this. But at the same time, I don't mind it so much because simply enough, I do like the way they went with the God's perspective and showing us A's mind. And showing us, Yaimiko and A's relationship and giving us all this lore through that. Yes, there probably could have been a better way to do all that. Definitely, probably. But at the same time, for what it is, I did enjoy it. So it's like, that's something. That counts for something. We love to critique and pick at things, but sometimes we gotta just sit down and look at it and ask ourselves, was it enjoyable? Was it actually enjoyable? And to me, it was very enjoyable. Like, yes, I do see the little nitpicks here and there, but it's not that big enough for me to immediately go like, yeah, I hated this quest, or this quest was poor, or this quest was a very poor quest. Because to me, the missions were extremely engaging. Like, the missions were the most engaging I ever think Genshin missions could have been. Usually, mini missions have us just run around, kill enemies, go to a camp, go to inside of a domain, kill them. And yes, we had that here, but we literally had to set off fireworks and run from the police. We set off fireworks, ran from the police, and had Sayu steal documents. I'm just saying, that is extremely engaging. And I don't know how people felt this was rushed when it took me like 4 hours to complete this damn quest. It took me 4 hours. Because I was sitting here baffled at some of the things they were telling me and some of the things that were going on. It was engaging and it was so fun. And so for me, we can look at the writing and question some things in their writing. Yes, there's always gonna be flaws in writing and other in some stories. That's just the way it is. But at the end of the day, the missions were fun, and for what we did get, I enjoyed it. I really did. And I know this was like a really long video and just me talking, but I really do like talking about lore. And I really do like talking about the Genshin lore and story because that's one of the most engaging things about this game is the story. And you don't see many lore videos, well, not that you don't see many lore videos. It's that you don't see many like people talking about lore as much as you feel people should. Like that's one of the main things people love about this game. I see it all the time. But yet nobody really talks about the lore other than those few lore channels. And it's like whenever you talk about lore on like the subreddit, most people don't even care. So it's like I don't know. I like talking about lore around here, and I want to keep making lore videos, and I want to keep talking about, Genshin's story and how I feel personally on it. How do you feel about the story quest if you've played it? If you haven't played it and you just watched this just to be spoiled, thank you. Thank you for watching the video, but, are you going to play the story quest? Do you enjoy the story quest? How do you feel? Like, the point of these videos is to talk about my feelings and then discuss. I want to discuss and talk about, things that interest me, and right now, how do you feel about the story quest? How do you feel about the characters? How do you feel about not Ball, but, A and all that? I want to talk more about her lore and how I really like it, but I don't want to stress this video out too long and talk about it too much. Sweet and short of it, I really liked the story quest. I really liked it. There's a few nitpicks here and there, but overall, it was enjoyable. The missions were fun. The characters involved in it were pretty cool. Other than a few characters like Sangomiya and Goro, the characters who did shine, like Yai Miko, Scaramouche, Senora, A, they're all interesting characters, and they're all amazing. I want to know more about these characters. It has me really, 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 really interested in certain characters. Like, right now, I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited for Toma whenever he's getting released, and Goro whenever he's getting released, and God, more characters. Jesus, it's amazing. I really want Ball. But that's just my thoughts, that's my opinion. This is just a long video. I don't know what happened. This is a long video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that's very much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. If you have watched to this point, like, comment, subscribe. It's very much appreciated. I probably just said that. See ya. Have a nice day. Bye.